Matthew Bible Summary to Genesis 18. There appeared 3 men unto Abraham. Isaac is promised to him again, at which Sarah laughed. The destruction of the Sodomites is declared unto Abraham. Abraham prayeth for them. The 18th chapter. And the Lord appeared unto him in the oak grove of Mamre, as he sat in his tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood not far from him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and fell to the ground, and said, Lord, if I have found favor in thy sight, go not by thy servant. Let a little water be fet, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will fet a morsel of bread, to comfort your hearts withal. And then go your ways. For even therefore are ye come to your servant? And they answered, Do even so as thou hast said. And Abraham went apace into his tent unto Sarah, and said, Make ready at once 3 pecks of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes. And Abraham ran unto his beasts, and fet a calf that was tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, which made it ready at once. And he took butter and milk, and the calf which he had prepared, and set it before them, and stood himself by them under the tree, and they ate. And they said unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, In the tent. And he said, I will come again unto thee as soon as the fruit can live. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. That heard Sarah out of the tent door which was behind his back. Abraham and Sarah were both old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner as it is with wives. And Sarah laughed in herself, saying, Now I am waxed old. Shall I give myself to lust, and my Lord old also? Then said the Lord unto Abraham, Wherefore doth Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of a surety bear a child, now when I am old? Is the thing too hard for the Lord to do? In the time appointed will I return unto thee, as soon as the fruit can have life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied it, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. But he said, Yes, thou laughest. Then the men stood up from thence, and looked toward Sodome. And Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, Can I hide from Abraham that thing which I am about to do? Seeing that Abraham shall be a great and a mighty people, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, that they keep the way of the Lord, to do after right and conscience, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that he hath promised him. And the Lord said, The cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and their sin is exceeding grievous. I will go down and see whether they have done altogether according to that cry which is come unto me, or not, that I may know. And the men departed thence, and went to Sodom ward. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord, and drew near, and said, Wilt thou destroy the righteous with the wicked? If there be 50 righteous within the city, wilt thou destroy it, and not spare the place for the sake of 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee, that thou shouldest do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee. Should not the judge of all the world do according to right? And the Lord said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, Behold, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, and yet am but dust and ashes. What though there lack 5 of 50 righteous? Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, If I find there 45, I will not destroy them. And he spake unto him yet again, and said, What if there be 40 found there? And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said, Oh, let not my Lord be angry that I speak. What if there be found 30 there? And he said, I will not do it, if I find 30 there. And he said, Oh, see, I have begun to speak unto my Lord. What if there be 20 found there? And he said, I will not destroy them for 20's sake. And he said, Oh, let not my Lord be angry that I speak yet, but even once more only. What if 10 be found there? And he said, I will not destroy them for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham. And Abraham returned unto his place.